reproduction is one of the important feature of living organism, but we cannot say that non-living organisms cannot produce. They can produce the things, but not the same kind of living organism. So this reproduction is one of the important characteristic feature of living organism, but we cannot say it is a defining feature that is specifically present only in living organism, because production can occur in both living and non-living, although reproduction occur in only living beings. Now, one factor we have discussed, growth, then reproduction, then one important factor that is important for living organism to call them living organism is metabolism. Alright. What is metabolism? Students, in living organism, various types of reactions are going on. Whether the complex substance is converted into simpler one or simpler substances converted into complex one. So all the sum of that activities that are or reactions that are going on inside the living organism, that are called metabolic activities, metabolic process, and that is also called metabolism. So metabolism, it is the sum total of chemical reactions going on in living organisms. Students, they are mainly of two types: catabolic process and anabolic process. Catabolic process, complex substances are converted into simpler one. For example, when we are taking food, when we are eating food, the food goes inside and undergo digestion. That means complex form of food changed into simpler forms like carbohydrate, proteins, fats. All these are nutrient components that are formed due to catabolic process. If we talk about anabolic process, that is, in this process, simpler substances are converted into complex substances. We can give a very good example in case of photosynthesis in plants. You know, photosynthesis is a process by which plants can prepare their own food. So plants are using simpler substances like carbon dioxide, water for making their food as a raw materials. So, and they are forming glucose from that. So they are using simpler substances and convert them into complex substance. So this is anabolic process. So students, if an organism have growth, have reproduction and metabolism, we are saying that is living. Or if anything that doesn't have these properties, we can regard it as non-living. Other important properties in living organisms are consciousness. Consciousness means they are awakened, or they you can say they can feel what is going on with them. For example, we have skin, that whether a hot or cold object we have touched, we will feel that. So that is consciousness. If one more important thing for living organism is cellular basis of organization. You might have heard in your junior classes that cell is the basic unit of life. That means all living organisms have cells. That may be single cell, that may be multiple cells. So if they have single cell, they are called unicellular organism. If they have multiple cell or several number of cells, they are called multicellular. So cellular basis is the basis of, you can say, living organism and consciousness. Now one question arises that if a person is in coma, that is brain dead, but other processes in their body are undergoing with the help of, you can say, machines, like they are undergoing digestion, they are undergoing respiration, all important processes are going on, but the person is brain dead. So in that case the organism is living but consciousness is not there. All right. So if we talk about out of these 5 important properties, which are the most important and defining property, so they are again metabolism and consciousness. All right students, growth we can also see in living organisms. In non-living organism, no doubt reproduction is not there, production is there. And one of the most important thing here is that it is not defined as defining feature of living organism, because there are some sterile organism are also occur, like honeybee that undergoes reproduction with the help of parthenogenesis, you can say. And if we talk about mule, that is sterile. In case of human beings, some infertile couples are also there. So we cannot say that if they do not have property of reproduction, they are regarded as non-living. They are again living. So we cannot say reproduction occur only in living organisms. Metabolism is important because if organism is living, only then these process, catabolic and anabolic process, can occur in that body. Consciousness is one of the important property again, and cellular basis of organization. The organism may be unicellular, the organism may be multicellular. Alright students, so one thing important here that is generally asked in NEET exams and sometime in CBSE also, why reproduction and growth are regarded as same in unicellular organism. In unicellular organism, why reproduction and growth regarded as same process? Students, if we talk about unicellular organism, if we talk about their growth, we cannot say there is increase in mass, there is only increase in number. And in reproduction, there is also increase in number of that organism. So both the term are used synonymously, or you can say these are both synonyms and both can use as same process. And in some places, it is also called that unicellular organisms are immortal. They never die. This question is generally asked in exams. Why unicellular organisms are regarded as immortal? Because these unicellular organisms like bacteria, they never undergo aging process. They can divide to form new cells. And we can say they are continuously, with the help of binary fission, multiple fission, they are undergoing division and they are forming new cells. So we cannot say that they have a particular age. So unicellular organisms like amoeba, like bacteria, they are also regarded as immortal.